UK Prime Minister Theresa May's key ministers are starting to unite behind a Brexit policy that may soothe rifts in the cabinet but fail to inspire confidence in Brussels. May's core Brexit team met on Monday to discuss what kind of trade deal the UK will seek from the European Union when talks start early next year. It's an issue that divides her ministers, and it's taken until now for them to start discussing the so-called end state of the divorce. At the meeting on Monday, there was support for the idea that the UK should make the most of the fact it starts off with all the same rules as the EU, and then selectively move away from some of those regulations, according to a person who was present. Regulations are key to trade deals. It's the harmonisation of rules in the EU's single market that allows goods and services to move freely. 18 months after the referendum, May is still seeking a path to Brexit that doesn't increase divisions in her fractious Conservative Party. Until now, she has avoided formal discussions about the end state even in private. Why Canada means a downgrade for Brexit. Britain quick take. Those who back Brexit have tended to advocate a clean split and liberation from EU rules, even though that would put up barriers to trade with the bloc. Those who favoured remaining in the EU have sought to maintain ties to the country's biggest trading partner, and are willing to make concessions in return. It's not clear what the EU side might think of the proposal to gradually move away from full alignment as and when it suits the UK. There's a risk Brussels would consider it the kind of cherry-picking approach that it has long rejected. Chief EU negotiator Michel Barnier said at the weekend there's no way negotiators would mix up the various scenarios to create a specific one and accommodate their wishes. If the EU says no, cabinet tensions could re-emerge. May has made clear that controlling immigration and getting rid of European Court of Justice influence in the UK are red lines for her as therefore the most committed Brexit backers. But the EU has said that access to the single market would require concessions on those points. No arguments at the meeting on Monday, which lasted about 90 minutes. There was no argument, according to the person who was present. The full cabinet will discuss the issue for the first time on Tuesday. Chancellor of the Exchequer Philip Hammond, who campaigned against Brexit and has argued in favour of maintaining close ties to the bloc, wasn't opposed to shifting away from EU regulations in some areas, such as technology, according to another official. His difference with Foreign Secretary Boris Johnson, a keen cheerleader for Brexit, was on the question of whether to seek distance from the EU for its own sake. Read more. EU aiming for post-Brexit trade deal to be ready by January 2021. The meeting on Monday didn't reach any final decisions, and Tuesday's cabinet isn't likely to do so either, according to the first official. Both are the first of a number of discussions. The UK and EU reached an agreement this month on the main divorce issues, and talks on trade and the transition phase for after Brexit are due to start early next year.